Everybody knows that crabs are the pinnacle of evolution. I can't imagine anybody watching wouldn't know that fact within their very essence, much less disagree, so I'll save us both the time of explaining why that's true. But, if I can be so bold, crabs do have one minor flaw, and I do mean minor. They're too small. Look, I don't make it a habit to praise Disney, but they understood this truth when producing Moana, so they made the crab big in that movie. Genji, Days of the Blade, which is based on Japanese history, also got it right when they said,
"So here's this giant enemy crab."
And I too shared this noble mission. Years ago, I made a video where I drew an enormous hermit crab that used a mountain as its shell. I first thought that redrawing this creature would be fun to include in my Enchanted Forest ecosystem project, and I probably will still introduce a crustacean at some point, but today's crab lives somewhere a bit more arid. The Mesa crab is a gargantuan variation of the hermit crab. Instead of living in discarded snail shells, this crab carries an entire mesa on its back. However, unlike the natural formations dotted across the landscape, these mesas are entirely crafted by claw. The first thing that a hatchling mesa crab does is pack soil, sand, and small rocks, together with a special mucus to create a rudimentary concrete, which it will mold into a new shell. This new shell shields the crab so it doesn't 1. Cook in the hot desert sun, and 2. Provides camouflage and protection from predators. As the crab grows, it continually modifies its shell with more debris until the home of a mesa crab looks like a smaller version of the mesas themselves. Young mesa crabs will feed on cacti and other succulents, but as they age, they develop an auger-like mouthpiece used to extract groundwater and nutritious minerals from deep below the surface. They'll use their long antennae to probe for a promising source of moisture. Once they've found one, they'll dig a crater with their monstrous claws, lie down, and patiently drill for water. As they bring up the cool, damp, nutrient-rich soil to the surface, they'll suck out most of the wet, earthy goodness and deposit the excess into huge balls of mud, which is packed around the edges of the crater. When the mesa crab eventually leaves that spot to find a new source of tasty moisture, this mud crater becomes a perfect spot for new plant life to grow, along with baby mesa crabs when the mother lays eggs. These massive crustaceans stop growing at around age 70, but at that point their shells are modular parts of the landscape, essentially becoming mobile bird sanctuaries that leave gardens of cacti in their wake. Okay, that's all I got. Alphabet Superset C Week. C stands for crab. Crabs are funny. Go thank your local crab today. Later, man.